It has to be on top.
If you've got a rope, keep it handy. It's not every day we get to sit in with a teacher of the year specializing in maritime skills. Actually, it's never. This is a first for us.
You got to put it on top. Okay? Take the rabbit. The rabbit comes out of the bunny hole. Okay? Runs behind the tree. You got to grab both of those and pull the lamppost.
What Brendan Malone is teaching today at the Urban Assembly New York Harbor School on Governor's Island is the bowline knot, called the king of knots since it's used to hold even the largest of ships in place. He even makes them practice behind their backs while on one foot.
What do you think behind the back simulates? Can't see it. Can't see it in case it's at night. What do you think standing on one leg simulates? In case the boat, it's moving around a lot.
And why is this called the king of knots?
Is easy to tie, easy to untie, and it will never get jammed up on you no matter how much force is put onto it.
Speaking of pressure, Malone was recently one of 700 teachers up for a Teaching Excellence Award, and last month won the Harbor Freight Tools for Schools prize, which comes with a $100,000 check for Malone and the school to share. Neither his students nor the principal here were surprised he received the top honor, but equally elated.
We were all sitting outside one day, and then he came outside like all surprised, and we were like cheering for him.
He really cares for the individual. I think when he looks out at his class, he doesn't see a class, he sees, you know, a group of individuals, and he really takes the time out for each one. He'll, you know, during lunchtime, many of his students will remain with him.
And attention to students that's translated into some phenomenal work. Off the Governor's Island's docks are two boats, one wooden one and a motorboat, both built from scratch by Brendan's students. By the way, the wooden one is from a 1920s blueprint. Brendan's mentors taught him he can tackle anything, which he did, starting his own business, a lesson he's been passing on to students for 18 years now.
The saying that I like to use is, if you can build a boat, you can build anything.
What they're doing here represents an important shift in education. We've had vocational programs in this city for a long time, but when students graduated there, they were expected to go directly into the trades and not to college. The difference here is these students are expected fully to be prepared for college. As a matter of fact, 95% of them are accepted, and they see what they've learned here as just additional skills. And by the way, a little wobbly because behind the back on one foot, Booyakasha. Jordana, for one, is taking what she's learned here to college.
I'm gonna hopefully go to Kingsborough College, and they have a welding program over there too.
And that would be another notch in the teaching career of Brendan Malone. Not to mention teaching us the ballin' knot.
That looks like an A+ right there.
Well, we did mention it after all, didn't we? On Governor's Island, Arthur Chian, Fox 5 News.
And I will be applauding. Congratulations. Nicely done. Yeah, the stars are here right now. Jeff Shaturko, who is the principal of the Urban Assembly New York Harbor School, and our winning teacher, Brendan Malone. Congratulations. I mean, a personal honor for you and a great honor for the school. Yeah. How did you feel? What was your reaction when you heard you won?
Well, I was quite surprised.
You were?
The purpose of this this whole Harbor Freight Tools for Schools Teacher Excellence Award was to shine a light on skilled trades education across the country. So I'm, you know, basically was amazed that they chose me to be the, you know, one of the 3 finalist recipients. But the main point is to make sure that we bring these kind of programs to the forefront.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Jeff, he was not surprised, but as I understand, a lot of students were not surprised because he's an excellent teacher and they love him. You must be very proud. Your school is doing great.
Yeah, I think if you ask any principal, they're going to say that they don't get enough money and resources to run their school. So getting a prize like this really supports the school and supports the students.
Yeah, it's a nice prize, by the way. I mean, you, from what we understand, you get $30,000 personal. You can use it anywhere you want. The school gets another $70,000.
Right.
I'll start with you. How is the school going to use this money?
Well, we're going to do what the what Harbor Freight wants us to use it for. That's for career and technical education programs. We do have 7 of them at our school. We are on Governor's Island. This is maritime education, the only maritime education school in New York City.
Yep.
And as you can imagine, it costs a lot of money to buy fuel for boats and boat parts and engines, as Brendan can explain to you. But you know, it's definitely obviously, $70,000 is going to go a long way for our school and for our
And it can
students.
go quickly. We know that,
Oh,
right?
it's already spent.
What are you going to do with your 30, Brendan? Huh? How are you going to spend it?
Well, I still have kids in college, so I think we all know where that's going to go.
Easily, right? How many students do you have at the school?
We have 546.
And where do they come from mostly?
They mainly come from all over the city. They come from all 5 boroughs. And I think about average 45 minutes to an hour travel time for our students to come to the
This
school.
maritime program is very important. I mean, look, we're on the island of Manhattan, New York City, surrounded by water, right?
Right.
So obviously, there's an interest in this particular program. Your students must be talking about this. Maybe early on they take an interest in it.
Well, New York, New Jersey Harbor is the 3rd largest commercial port in the United States, and also the metropolitan area has a very large recreational boat industry. And the purpose of the school is to give access to young people growing up in New York City, give them access to well-paid, fulfilling careers in the maritime industry.
Now, I know you have a lot of programs going on with the South Street Seaport Museum. You've got this, what you call your Billion Oyster Project, which is wonderful. In a nutshell, what do the technical schools need? What are they looking for right now?
The essential ingredient is a partnership with the industry that the schools are training the students to go into. So whether it's electrical, plumbing, welding, culinary, what we need is the industry partners to step up and provide internships, provide their expertise in terms of the curriculum, and in general support the programs.
Jeff, I'm sure you're confident they're going to do it. Congratulations to you,
Thank you.
and also to you, Brendan. All good things. Come back again, and we'll celebrate some more. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay.